Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julius once again with another One Piece chapter summary. This week's chapter is chapter 1045, Next Level. The artwork for this week is a color spread. It's the Straw Hats on a party bus-like vehicle. You see Jinbei's at the helm of it and the crew's just, having a good time. So, no continuation of Germa Double Six. When we last left those guys off, they were about to be dissected, so that's kind of fun. But without further ado, let's get into the actual chapter itself. While not a lot happens in this chapter in terms of just number of things happening, the quality of this event is amazing. This is Luffy fighting against Kaido with the new powers of the awakened Gum Gum fruit, otherwise known as the human fruit, model Nika. And we start off with Luffy just bouncing around with the top of Onigashima wobbling around in a rubbery form, and Kaido looking on in shock, and he's like, good, you're alive. Kaido's happy Luffy's alive. Kaido didn't want to win that way, and he goes, so, I'm going to guess by the rubber everywhere, you woke up your Paramecia Devil Fruit. That's pretty nice. So, kind of a subtle confirmation that is, in fact, how Paramecia Awakening works. So, the Paramecia Devil Fruit turns your body into whatever, makes your body do whatever. The awakening of a Paramecia allows us to change the world to match our Devil Fruit. In the examples we have, Doflamingo and Katakuri, we have the power to take objects like buildings and walls and mirrors, and they can turn them into string and mochi, or in Luffy's case, rubber. What's interesting about this that Kaido points out is the whole transforming thing is more of a zone type thing. So what is going on here? What's cool about that is Kaido is processing this kind of the same way we are. See, we know the true name of the human fruit, model Nika. Luffy still only thinks it's a Gum Gum fruit. Kaido still only thinks it's a Gum Gum fruit. Everyone still only thinks it's the Gum Gum fruit. So this awakening, turning Luffy's body pure white with his clothes turning white and his smoke thing floating around him, this is kind of what happens when a zone type Devil Fruit transforms. Now, from the awakenings we've seen of a zone type, you turn into this brainless kind of brute force monster. The only canonical examples that we have is that the Jailer Beasts of Impel Down are awakened zone users. I have a personal theory that Chopper awoke the zone type human fruit by using his rumble balls. So Monster Point is kind of like a pseudo awakening, and we may find out down the road from Vegapunk that is in fact what Chopper has ended up doing. But it's nice to see that some characters are smart enough to figure out, hey, something's off about the Paramecia Gum Gum Fruit awakening. I love the idea that maybe while the crew, after Wano, the crew is all together and they're all trying to figure out how Luffy's Devil Fruit awakening worked, and Robin's just the one who sort of figures it out. She's looking on at Luffy and then she just goes, hey Chopper, how do you go about changing in your forms? And Chopper goes, oh, I just, kind of think about it, and who knows, maybe Chopper will actually be the key to explaining to both Momonosuke and Luffy how to shift between your zone type forms. And we might even see Luffy in the hybrid human fruit model Nika. So far, I'm pretty sure Onimaru and Sengoku have only shown us their human form and then their human fruit form. Or in Onimaru's case, fox, then human fruit. But we've never actually seen the hybrids of these. Unless that giant Buddha was the hybrid, in which case, then I'm really looking forward to what Sengoku's got for us later. This is Zengoku, because he's, get it, Buddha. Anyways, I'm getting way off subject. Kaido eventually brushes this away of, no matter, I'm going to just, chomp down. And Kaido eats Luffy. We've seen him use this move before. Though this time, it backfires horribly, as now with his newfound rubbery freedom power of craziness, he is able to just bounce inside of Kaido like a ping pong ball, jostling the entire guy before ballooning up and just inflating Kaido along with him as Kaido's screaming in pain. Momonosuke and Yamato are just forced to watch as Momonosuke looks up and goes, did Kaido put on some weight? And Yamato's like, what the hell? What, then you just see, like, is this a new form of Kaido? And then Luffy launches his hands out of Kaido's eyes, grabs Kaido's nose, and uses that to rocket himself from Kaido's mouth. Luffy has the power of an American cartoon character right now, which is amazing considering it is, manga. So Oda has basically broken manga by using American cartoon power. Toon Force, as some people call it. Personally, I'm still hoping Luffy eventually rubberizes an entire field of battle and just calls it Bounce House. I've been hoping for that ever since I found out about awakenings for, devil fruits and whatnot. But for now, what's really impressive is after Luffy launches himself out of Kaido, he flings himself into the air and comes back down a giant. Giant Luffy grabs Kaido by the neck, grabs Kaido by the tail, and flings him around as a jump rope for a bit. Before Kaido manages to get the upper hand again, blasts him with some Boro breath. Luffy's falling off Onigashima, and he shakes himself awake, and his feet start spinning like a little cartoon character as he roller skates himself back onto Onigashima. Kaido's fighting a cartoon character. I know I said that already, but Kaido is stuck in Maximilian Pegasus's Toon World right now. He is fighting Toon Luffy, who is already a crazy cartoon guy to begin with. I don't know how Kaido's going to get out of this one. I know I'm not supposed to be rooting for Kaido, but Luffy has some pretty OP powers right now. Unfortunately, they don't last very long. Kaido even tells Luffy, hey, you were dying. How you feeling? And Luffy goes, oh, I could just keep going. And then he just, hang on. Whew. He's sitting there tired, and Kaido's just like, okay, well, that was fun. I'm gonna make sure people tell the stories of your death. And as he's coming towards Luffy, Luffy goes, no. See, when people die, all that's left are bones. There's no, story. There's no epic tale. You are alive when you're alive. There's nothing after that. And Luffy manages to get that heartbeat going again and gets back into gear 5th and continues the fight. And they're flinging each other around. And Luffy, as he's flailing about, Kaido is thinking to himself, he's using his armament haki. He's infusing it with his Conqueror's haki. He is wildly bouncing around with his awakened devil fruit. I am fighting the most free-form combat I have ever seen in my life. There is no way I can lose to this. And Luffy punches Kaido, not in the face, through the face. You actually see Luffy's fist go through Kaido, and you see Kaido's face kind of indented. And pops back out. Kaido's perfectly fine. Again, cartoon character. And Luffy just looks at Kaido and says, I am having a wonderful time. How about you? And that's pretty much the chapter. So, what we can take away from this chapter is that if Kaido can figure out that Luffy is not exactly a paramecia, it's probably not going to be some big hidden secret from the Straw Hat crew that's revealed, thousands of chapters from now, or even hundreds. I think it's something either Robin's going to figure it out, or a poneglyph is going to be discovered on Wano, because it is Wano. There's got to be a poneglyph here. And maybe Robin will at least read the name of Luffy's devil fruit, and that will be the starting point for Luffy to figure out how a zone type works, and us, the audience, by proxy. But whatever the reason, Luffy has all these new powers, and he's gonna have to... Right now, he's using them in the most Luffy way possible, but there is so much more this devil fruit probably can do. Look at other mythical zones. You've got the human fruit monk model, which lets him transform. You've got the mythical dragon fruit, which, well, look at all the things Kaido can do: slicing winds, blasting fire, controlling the weather. Mythical zones don't have an exact limit to what they can do, aside from, the typical devil fruit weaknesses: sea prism stone, being sunk underwater. Look at Orochi, burned alive to death, but he got some sea prism stuck in him, so he can't transform. Marco can heal people, with the blue phoenix flames of healing. So there's a lot more Luffy has the potential of doing, and we're just seeing the base level of that right now. But I'm really happy this whole chapter was dedicated to the fight. It was fun to see all the crazy cartoon shenanigans Oda got into. If you're not reading the chapter yourself and you're just watching people's reviews, I'd recommend reading this one just to see all the ridiculous things Luffy does that I didn't even show in the little clips that I show. But that's pretty much it for this chapter. So it's a little bit shorter, but that's just because it was dedicated to a really good fight. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.